How many times have you wanted to save money but you feel like your income is too low? Probably a lot of times. So if you are a person who would like to save more money on a low income, then this video is for you. So please do not skip through the video if you would like to save money on a low income. So let's get started. Number one of saving money on a low income is count how much money you spend on food. Now hear me out guys, you probably think that this sounds stupid, right? But let me tell you this. Most of the time when we buy food, we often buy things we never eat. And let me tell you this right now, if you go and look in your food pantry right now, you will actually see there's a lot of stuff that you bought that you didn't even eat. So let me give you a few tips on how to save money when spending money on food. Step number one is make sure to create a meal plan that you can follow through every day. And when you do this, don't go to the shop and buy the most expensive and brand stuff. Buy stuff that you know for sure you will be able to eat every day. Step number two is make sure that you aren't spending too much money on groceries, because if you do that, you will only waste a lot of money that you could have saved for something else. And step number three is make sure to check your pantry for all the meals that you will be able to make, because sometimes when checking your pantry, you will actually see there is a lot of stuff you haven't eaten yet. Number two of saving money on low income is getting rid of your debt. Having debt is one of the things that can keep you from reaching your financial goals, and this is also something most people don't see, especially if you are receiving a low income, because most of the time the people who receive a low income will avoid their debt. In a few years after that, the debt would have increased a lot. And even though it will take hard work to get rid of your debt or lower your debt, this is one of the best decisions you can make, because without debt you will actually have few more stress. So my piece of advice to you is, if you have debt at the moment, make sure to pay it off as soon as possible, and then try to not make debt anymore, because in the long run this will save you a lot more money. And with the money you are saving, you can then start your own side hustle and make more money while receiving your income. Number three of saving money on a low income is to provide yourself an allowance. Now the thing about providing yourself an allowance is you will know exactly how much money you need to spend on things you want to purchase. And one of the main reasons also is, if you are only trying to save money without providing yourself an allowance, it will be very hard to save money. So the thing is this, every time you receive a paycheck, make sure to make a conscious decision on how much money you are going to spend on yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the only person who can make a decision on how much money you're going to spend on yourself. So if you ever think of giving yourself an allowance, do it before you save money, because if you don't, you are going to take money from your savings every time you don't have money. Number four of saving money on a low income is start a small business. Okay, now you're probably asking yourself, how am I going to start a small business when my income is low? Don't worry, I got you. There's many different small businesses you can start. Like for example, starting a peer-to-peer lending business, which means giving money to someone and they pay you back with interest, selling lemonade, renting out the extra room in your house if you have one, and so many more. But the thing is this, if you start a small business with your low income, you will be able to generate more money when you start these businesses. So my piece of advice to you is, if you have some extra money laying around every month, then please try to open up a small business, because this will help you a lot. And if you don't want to start a small business, get a second job instead. Number five of saving money on a low income is automate your savings. Okay, now I know to save money can be very difficult, and forcing yourself to make the same choices many times each month can be unrealistic. And the thing is this, you are more likely to spend all of your money in a checking account. Unless you move your savings automatically, you risk spending your intended savings. So what you can do is, every time you receive a paycheck, set up an automatic transfer to your savings account, and then it will be easier for you to save money. And trust me, this is one of the easiest processes you can use to save money on a low income, and you will be surprised how quickly automated savings add up. And trust me, you will surely not regret putting your savings account on autopilot. So guys, please try to do this with every paycheck you receive.